Okay, before we begin, I do just want to say go ahead and grab a second device so that you can actually be messing with the app while I am teaching you through this video. That will be the easiest way to understand the app. Hello! Today I'm going to be doing a very brief overview of how to work the app Libby. This is specifically for my mother, but I am going to go ahead and show on here just so she has a comprehensive video that explains what to do. Okay, I am going to have this bright pink pen. Alright, so when we open the app, this is where it takes us. This is the exact page that you should see when you open the app. This is called your shelf. So any books, any magazines, anything you've got that you have borrowed will pop up here. These are your loans. If we click this, this shows us our loans. I personally don't have any. I will go ahead and download one just to show where everything will be, but that will be later in the video. This right here will show you what books you have on hold. So that means there is a wait list for people, and that is where you will find your books that you have on hold. Again, I don't have any. This is your timeline. This shows you all the books that you have downloaded and read in different months. So these are all the books that I have downloaded, I have read in all the months for over the years that I've been reading. This one tells you your notices. It tells you anything that was returned that you did not return. So anything that was returned on the due date, that's your beginning page. Then we've got this. This is our search bar. We're going to go ahead and we're going to click this. You will see your search bar up here. You can search anything you want. Anything, okay? That doesn't mean that they're going to have everything that you could possibly want. Libby is not an all-encompassing library. Not everything can be digitized and not everything is digitized. Okay, so then we've got my recent searches. Your recent searches will also pop up here. Yours will look different from mine. You don't need to worry about this unless you are specifically looking for another book that you have already searched for. So, these are books. This is just what pops up when you click books. I think this one is what's most popular. I could be wrong, but I think this is like what's most popular on Libby right now. And we've got audiobooks. Same thing. Probably the most popular. Okay? Now we have magazines available now and Kindle. I don't use Kindle. So then we've got this thing right there. It looks like a little house or a library. We're going to go ahead and click that. This is honestly, it's just showing you the just added books, the guides, the extras, national poetry, something. This I don't even use, but if you want to use Libby, this is something that if you're interested in looking at like what's most popular, this is where you would go. Okay, the next thing we've got, these lines. Go ahead and click that. This tells you what library you are at, okay? This one tells you what library you're at. It tells you, it tells me you have no cards at any other libraries. This tells you how many loans you've got out. I have 1 card and I have 0 out of 10 loans. In 1 month, you can have 10 loans. So even if you borrow a book and return it, you cannot borrow more than 10 books in a month. Okay? So then here, we manage our cards. I'm not going to click that so that nobody can see my card. But when you click that, your card number will pop up. This one is to add a library. That's only if you have multiple libraries that you go to. I don't see a need to use it. Then this is just your settings. So you've got your notifications. Normal, like any app, any notifications that you get, like your loan is returning or there's a book that you had on hold that's now available. Accessibility, I'm going to just read them off to you. You can read your books with Libby or Kindle. So that's this one. This is the Libby or the Kindle one. These are your downloads. Downloads are a little bit different. You can download a book or an audiobook onto your device so that you can read it without Wi-Fi or mobile data. And then you've got different languages. Go ahead and scroll down. Everything else here is a little more advanced, okay? This is all a little more advanced. So this would be to back up your data, copy to another device. So if you're trying to copy something to another device, so such as your speakers or a vehicle, you're going to enter the code that your vehicle or your device is giving you, okay? Again, that's a little bit more advanced, but that's just to help you out. You can contact the library, or you can take a survey, or you can ask questions to the actual website or the app. All right, the next thing we're going to go to is this right here, okay? When you open the app, this is where you should be immediately, all right? Now, the next place we're going to go to is right there. These are called your tags, all right? This is called a smart tag. Automatically, this tag is created, and it shows you all the books that you have borrowed. It is an automatically created tag that you do not have to touch. You don't have to create it. You don't have to delete it. This is just for a memory purpose, okay? So then the next thing that we've got is another smart tag. This is your sampled books. So again, not something that you create, not something that you need to worry about. Basically, I'll go ahead and click it. When you click it, it tells you that these, okay, for me, these are the 3 books that I have looked at, that I have read the sample or listened to the sample of this book, just to see if I liked the book. I didn't create this tag. So then, the tags that I did create, I have a to read tag and a school read tag. My to read tag, I created myself, and I just add any books that I want to read, and I will show you how to do that as well. But my other tag was my school reads tag, and this is for homeschooling with my child. Okay, so how we do this, I am going to look up, I'll type in, okay, to help my mother out, because this is the book that she wants to read. So we're going to go marked. That's all I'm going to type in. I know the name of the book, and look at what popped up. Immediately, the book that I want has popped up. Now, when you search up a book, it might give you 2 options. One of these things is an audiobook, and the other one is a regular book. This is an ebook. Your audiobook will say right here how many hours it will take to read your book, okay? The ebook does not have that here, okay? And it's actually a bigger looking book. So whereas this one is more of a square, this one is more of a rectangle. So like you would have CDs in here, this would be your ebook. This says number 1 in series. If you click that, it will pull up the rest of the series. If you click that little button right there, it will continue down until you get to the very end of the series. Again, audiobooks. So these are all the audiobooks in that series. Since all these audiobooks are up here, you'll see something like this and something like this. This one means that somebody is using all of the copies. This one means there are just enough people using the exact amount of copies that are available. This one with this little dot right there, that one is telling you that there is somebody already in line. All of the copies of the book are being used, and somebody is in line going to get the next copy of the book. That means that when you go to put yourself on the wait list, there will be somebody ahead of you that will get the book before you do. So even if the book becomes available, you're in a wait list line. It's like standing in line at the grocery store. Okay, the next thing you're going to see is this. Let me fix that. The next thing you'll see is this. This has a plus sign. That means that that book is available to be borrowed immediately. There's nobody waiting in line. All of the books are available. Let me go ahead and show you a few ways that you can click this. You can click the name of the book, and it will give you who wrote it, the name of the book, and then a synopsis of the book. If you go down, it tells you the format, the duration, the edition, the language, the author, the narrator, the publisher, the release date, the copies, the audience, and how you can read it. Then if you go all the way down, you can then again see all of the books within that series. So then, what you'll see here is place hold. So that means, and I can tell you right now, I know exactly who has this book. This is my mother. She's using the last copy available. So you will click place hold if you want this book. It tells you right here that you have about a 4-week wait. That is an estimation. That is not always truthful. You can only keep an audiobook for up to 14 days. So if you go and you read this audiobook, you have 14 days to listen to the audiobook before it automatically gets returned. If you don't finish the audiobook within 14 days and you want to finish your book, you will have to wait in line for the book to come back. Okay? Then it tells you 3 copies are in use, 1 person waiting in total, and then it says less than 1 person is waiting per copy. This one is to play a sample. If you click that, it will play maybe the beginning or maybe a random part of the book, just to give you a taste of what it is you're going to be listening to. Then we've got this. This is your tag. So this is what I was showing you earlier. If you click this, you can click right here. You click this right here. This will add this to your personal tag. So let's say I want to add this to my read list. I'm going to click that. I'm going to click that wherever I want to put it. It'll let you put it in all 4. And all I'm going to do, that's it. It's already in my tag. All I did was click a check mark or click the circle, put the check mark in it, and now it is in my to read tag. When I want to go ahead and find that, let's say you don't have time to listen or read this book right now. And so you're like, okay, I'm just going to go through and add like 4 or 5 books into my tagged list. You'll go ahead and click that again, and it will bring you to here. And then you can see right here, you can see the book. I accidentally put it in my school reads as well. That was an accident. I will go ahead and remove that. So let's say you do that. So it says that it's in my school reads, but it definitely shouldn't be. If you are on your regular device, you're going to go ahead and just go like this. You're going to swipe to the side and then it deletes. Okay, that's all you're going to do. You're just going to swipe it. Like you're going to take it from this way and you're going to go over it like that. And then you're going to release it. And it will delete that book from your tags. These are the exact same buttons. So if I click this, it's going to pull this up and it's going to tell me that there are 44 of 46 copies available. And then if you click this, it will have you borrow it. I'm not going to click it because I'm going to run out of my personal things, my personal borrows, okay? But then if you click this one, okay, if you click that, you will then see this. All right, you will see that you're borrowing for 14 days, so that's the amount of days that you have to borrow. And then you're going to click this. Once you click that, this will be available to you. And then when it is available, all right, I'm in my to read list. So this tells me there's 1 of 2 copies available. I'm going to go ahead and click this. I'm going to click borrow. That's all it did. It's going to ask you, if you haven't set this up already, if you would like to have your notifications set up. I click not now. And then it says read with, keep browsing, or go to shelf. If you don't want to read this right now, you can either click go to shelf or keep browsing. I, however, am going to go ahead and read it. So click read with, and it gives you 2 options and then other options. So Kindle or Libby. Which I'm on Libby. I'm going to click Libby. It's going to open my book. This on the bottom looks like a little piano. You can swipe through and it'll tell you where you are, okay? About every 20 pages. If you just click, it'll take that away, all right? And then you just swipe either way to which way you want to read. This also tells you at the bottom which page you're on. This will tell you how many pages you have left. This tells you how many pages you've read. This is your table of contents. If you click this, it will take you there. And this is the chapter that you are on. This is the page you are on. And this is how many pages are in the book in total. I'm back at the beginning. Okay? You're going to see the beginning of what the book would look like if you had the book at home. So this is the ebook. This will tell you your table of contents. If you click one of these, it will take you to that chapter. So if you don't remember where you're at, the app will keep you there. So let's say I click this. So you see how it's still at the bottom of my screen right here? We're going to go back to this right here, and you can see my book. This says open in Libby because that's where I opened it at. This means that you have downloaded this. This is to manage your loan. You can read it with, you can return it early, or you can renew your loan. This will tell you how many days you have left to read it. This tells you your progress. Okay? So let's say I want to open it back up. It kept me right where I was when I clicked this the first time. And then let's say we're completely done with the book. Now it'll ask you, do you want to return your loan or do you want to view your title details? I'm not going to do any of that because I've just downloaded this book, so maybe I'll go ahead and read it. I'm going to click the back button. There it is. It's still there. Now we're back at our beginning page. So now I'm going to show you what this looks like. This is the loans. You're going to click that. This will show you all of the books that you've got in here. I think I've shown everything that I could possibly show that will help you. I can, of course, later go ahead and show you guys a more in-depth look at all of these different tabs, but a lot of them are like every other app where they're not entirely important. So things like managing your data and reset everything, your privacy statement, things like that, those are more advanced, more in-depth, and I don't know if they're entirely something that everybody, just like the regular person, needs to be messing with. Of course, I can create that video if it's something that you guys would like for me to create. If you have any specific questions, you can go ahead and leave a comment, and I will try my hardest to create a video that shows more in depth about that. Of course, I'm not an expert at this app at all. I just know how to kind of generally navigate this app. I am using an Android tablet or like a Samsung tablet. I'm not using an iPad. I'm not using a Kindle. I'm not using an iPhone. No Apple product. I'm using an Android Samsung product tablet. This layout, I think, is pretty much uniform across the entire app, regardless of your device. I can, of course, create a more in-depth video if anybody needs it. But for now, I think I've covered pretty much the basics of the app and how to use it. Hopefully this helps. If anybody really, like, honestly, if you have like a, hey, I'm really struggling with something on here that I can't figure out, I can, of course, try and create a video to walk you through it. I'm not an expert. I don't know everything. I can't troubleshoot things for you based on just a comment or from my end, but I can, of course, try. Just let me know if you guys want a more in-depth one, and I'll literally make a video for every single little tab on this app. And then if there's another app that maybe you guys need help with, I can learn the app really quickly and then create this video or create a video on it. And then you guys honestly just let me know. I have to help my mom and her husband a lot with things like this, so I kind of have to immerse myself in tech. So thanks for watching. Hope this helped. Have a good day.